Rob Glover has the latest.
Now, most of us would struggle to go about our daily business with a broken shoulder, but four-time Olympic champion Laura Kenny has decided to do just that, having turned down an operation to amend her shoulder injury in order to continue her preparations for Tokyo 2020 by competing at next week's Track World Championships. The 27-year-old Brit sustained her injury during a crash in late January at the Track World Cup in Milton, Canada. A surgeon told Kenny that Tokyo was off the cards with an operation required. However, the cyclist has insisted on ignoring that advice as she goes in search of a third consecutive Olympic gold medal in team pursuit.
Lots of people, like within British cycling, thought I'd lost the plot, but this is just me, and I'm not saying it's been easy to get here, like today, and I mean it's only been 3 weeks. It was 3 weeks on Sunday. Like, I've gone through ups and downs with it. Like, I was obviously really upset the first time I saw my physio, because I was like, what on earth are we going to do? Like, does this need an operation? I mean, it didn't help that the surgeon I went and saw told me that the Olympics was pretty much off the cards, because he thought I'd need it operated on, but I was like, nah, an operation's not for me, thanks.
Kenny, whose persistence is admirable despite the sustained damage she could cause by competing, is hoping to be selected for all 3 women's cycling events for Team GB's trip to Japan in July. Laura stands by the fact that if she can ride, she'll do just that. Firstly to tennis, and we're heading down under as the Brits have been in action as the Australian Open got underway in Melbourne. Dan Evans was competing at a Grand Slam as a seeded player for the first time. However, he was unable to prove himself worthy of the 30th seed as he lost 6-4, 6-3, 6-4 to Japan's Yoshihito Nishioka in the second round. Evans' departure from the tournament meant that he missed out on a potential meeting with world number 2 Novak Djokovic.
3 sets to love, 6-4, 6-3, 6-4.
Evans admitted he didn't feel good at all going into Monday's match. It wasn't all bad news though, as both Heather Watson and Harriet Dart progressed to round 2 of the women's singles. Watson fought back tremendously, having lost the opening set 6-4 to win the next 2 6-3, 6-1, edging past Kristina Pliskova. The British number 2 set up a second meeting in a week with Belgian Elise Mertens, with the clash set to play out tomorrow. Dart meanwhile progressed thanks to a testing final set tiebreak against Misaki Doi. A daunting second round tie awaits Dart, however, with world number 3 and 2019 Wimbledon champion Simona Halep standing in her way, one to look out for tomorrow morning. Undeterred by a bitterly cold night in the West Midlands, there was plenty to be happy about for Stoke City fans. Ryan Shawcross scored on his return to action as Stoke City beat Wolverhampton Casuals to make the last 8 of this year's Staffordshire Senior Cup. The first team captain laced up his boots for the first time since suffering a broken leg during a pre-season friendly against Leicester City. The Potters were pushed the distance by their West Midlands Regional Premier Division opponents, and Under-23's assistant manager Wade Elliott reflected on a difficult test.
Yeah, we knew it would be difficult. To be honest, we didn't know loads about them. It's can't do our usual prep because we don't get access to the games and whatnot. But we knew it'd be competitive. Credit, to be fair to them, they tried to play. They got about us, made it difficult for us. The pitch was difficult, and it was a really good competitive game.
The 32-year-old came through the full 90 minutes unscathed and nodded home the equaliser for the Potters from a Ryan Corrigan delivery after 68 minutes. Under-23's assistant manager Wade Elliott was delighted with the skipper's first outing and his impact on the young group.
It's the main thing that he got some minutes under his belt, but he's been really good for. He's been good for us. He's been good for the group. I think, to be honest, I think just him playing shows real leadership in that he's just desperate to get back and play and help the team, and he's putting the team above himself, which shows proper leadership.
Stoke City's first team are back in action this weekend following the international break as they play host to Wigan Athletic on Saturday for Michael O'Neill's first home game in charge. Stoke City's Harry Souttar registered 2 goals for Australia during their 7-1 2022 World Cup qualifying win over Chinese Taipei.
Rustic, that's a decent ball, and Australia do have their 5th goal, and it's Harry Souttar. Rustic's corner, the outswinger, and Souttar, he's got another one. Goodness me, you just can't stop big Harry Souttar.
Socceroos boss Graham Arnold has claimed that the towering defender can only get better after his second senior international appearance.
Harry's just a great person, and he's a very, very good player. He's going to get better and better as we go. You've got to think that only a few months ago I saw him with the Olyroos, and we brought him in the Olympic team, and now he's already in the Socceroos and scoring goals. And having Harry's size is great, and he's already a hit back at home.
Suter, who is on loan from Stoke at Fleetwood Town, had also scored last week during his Australian debut in a 5-0 win over Nepal. The youngster has already turned out 17 times for Fleetwood, who currently occupy a playoff spot in the League One promotion race. Tonight's Premier League clash between Manchester City and Arsenal has been postponed as precautionary measures have been taken to stop the spread of coronavirus. The news comes just days after several Arsenal players came into contact with Olympiacos and Nottingham Forest owner Evangelos Marinakis. Marinakis confirmed yesterday that he had tested positive for COVID-19. Brighton have released a statement saying that Saturday's home fixture against Mikel Arteta's Gunners is still set to go ahead as planned. City boss Pep Guardiola feels there is no reason to play without supporters.
I understand for a short time, one game, okay, but if it's longer, it must be suspended. There's no reason to play without the people. So this is for the people. It's like an actor go to the theatre and go there and nobody in the theatre. For who act?
Stoke City Under-18's Premier League Cup run ended abruptly as Manchester City inflicted a heavy 6-0 defeat on Richard Walker's young side in last night's final at the Academy Stadium. Braces from Cole Palmer and James McAtee and singular strikes from Sam Edozie and Liam Delap, son of Stoke favourite Rory, saw the host to what was a comprehensive victory. Stoke had fought hard against their hotly tipped opponents, but conceded 5 times in 14 minutes as the tie got away from the battling Potters. Walker didn't want the hefty loss to detract from his side's brilliant run that saw them reach the final, and said the players would look back on their achievements with pride come the end of the season.
Prior to tonight, we'd celebrated getting to the final. They've done a fantastic achievement. They've done well to get here. Obviously tonight a bit of disappointment to lose the game. And like you say, proud of the players for getting here, but tonight was a disappointing night for sure. Like you say, good sides like that will put you to the sword eventually if you don't take your chances when you get them.